Alright guys, here's my latest ladder match. Played against the Greenskins. I changed my build around a little bit. He had first pick Bretonia, so I was really worried about the Cav and being overwhelmed. And then he switched to the Orcs, and I was really worried about being overwhelmed. I have my Senegors 3 deployed in the Vanguard, but they're not so Vanguard. He spots them right away, he shifts his Cav. He's got Squig Hopper's Vanguard deployed. He even pulls them out of Vanguard to come up here and try to box them off. I have 2 Razor Gore left side, 2 Razor Gore right side, Gorbel, the Man Rippers, and I have 5 on Gore Spear with Shield deployed in various locations. Shaman on a Chariot of Wild, more Gore, and the Gorbel. So I wasn't really sure what to expect against the Orcs. I haven't played the Orcs and the Beastmen, and I especially haven't played them on ladder match, and they have all the new toys. So I just wanted a little bit of mass to disrupt like Chariot play or whatever. I knew he was probably going to bring the big boss, the Black Orc. I knew he'd probably bring some form of cavalry because they got buffed in the last patch, and you need mobility to deal with the Beastmen, and he's doing exactly what he should do. He's chasing down the 2 he can see. He's trying to zone out and block out. He's got me pretty much cornered, and I do a couple quick micros back here to try to get the majority of my force away if I can, save what I can, get what value I can. But I look back and I see that he is not he's not microing this force. He's just got it on auto approach, and I see that because his trolls rock up first. Well, I shift my my Shaman of Wild to the left because that's where all the infantry is. And if he comes back, he's going to be coming back from this direction with his cavalry. So we'll be as far away as possible from his cavalry. So it'll take him the maximum amount of time to get back over here if he wants to get the Chariot with his cav. And that's probably the next play that he's going to want to make. Right hand side undefended really, so we charge out with the Senegors we just saved from that battle. One set's pretty much hung up, they're getting away now, but the Squig Hoppers are coming in. Free charge here, we come out of the woods on our right, charge into this blob, come out the left, charge into this blob. We're going to start wrapping these corners. We're going to keep our spearmen away from these fights because there's no sense in getting into a grind out here to let them charge their wall. So we're going to keep our infantry out of this. They're going to start pouring fire into our elite units. Yeah, they're doing some really good prickle damage. I should have done something about this. I should have broke the Shaman away and into their back, or cast a spell. But right now I'm just concerned with getting all the value I can right off the get-go with these units. While his cavalry is occupied, I want to use my cavalry to maximum advantage. So our first set of spawn comes in. We beat up a bunch of goblins. The Orc big boss is here pretty much by himself. I mean, here comes some more beat up savage orcs and some orc boys, but it's really not a lot. I turn and try to get a counter charge into them, but really they can just brawl this out. Like they're here for the extent now. We're not doing too good here on our right flank, but what we've done with our deployments is we've created a crisis in the back line. He's still back, all of his cav is back here, and that's over 1,700 gold Centigore. So we got really good value, even if it didn't really kill much of anything. It did hurt the Squig Hoppers substantially. The Orc boys are hurt, but now his right flank is coming in. We've won the left-hand flank engagement. We've kept the majority of our Ungor spears safe, and now that this cav is starting to come back and join these piecemeal engagements, we're putting our spears in its way. Our second set of chaos spawns come down, and for the most part we're using this our anti-armor stuff. You see the pigs charge back over here to just kill the orc boss, because if we can kill him, then we can start making things happen. We can use our fear, we can use our terror, we can use our rear charges to rout off a lot of this trash that's going to be balling up if we let him live. And right now he's shooting into the Gorbel, and to be honest, he's been shooting over there this whole time. Decent, but now he's blobbed up, and he's probably shooting more of his own units than mine. and we come over here. The trolls try to get our chariot. We use our spears to block. This is a bad fight. He's going to lose. He shouldn't have come over here unsupported. He should have just pulled his rusty arrows out of this, regrouped his cab behind his infantry, and came back over. We've got his black orc boss pinned and dying and routing. Now we want to pull more spears up. We don't want to be separated so he can get any silly rear charges. Our recovered units are over here in the woods just kind of chilling. Our girl bull has come back. But we're pretty well separated. I see his cast coming, so I pull all the pigs that I can out. There's one of them routing, rampaging into this blob, because there's not a lot that's danger to this blob. Let them get in there, let them get busy. We're moving our spears up and around, because we don't want to take any blob engagements if we can help it, because we don't want to get foot agorked. We don't want to get any brain bursters to kill all these spears. We learned our lesson with the wood elves. We do want to kill these trolls, though, so I charge in with a quick rear charge, but I'm just keeping them moving so they don't get stopped somewhere. So we got 2 or 3 units trying to move out of this fight. Here comes a chariot to break these orc boys to get this combat over with so we can unblob. Here comes Warzag, so we're going to turn around and charge him with some spears, but I see he's trying to get us to blob into this fight. He turns right back around. So I'm really cautious. I know he may have winds of magic left. So we're gonna get out. We're gonna get out and away. So he's casting his little battery powers right now. So I return the favor. I just cast a Vile Tide right in there. He cast a Brain Burster. I knew it was getting ready to cast, but he would have done it over here when we blobbed. Instead, he got a lot less value, and we traded spells. I pulled all my spears out before he could really do anything. So now that I figure he's probably got less magic than he had before, we're going to charge off these arrows. We're going to pull some of our spears back because we see the cab charging into this fight, and we want to wrap around them. We're using our Synagors to make sure this black orc doesn't come back. They're really chewed up, so this fight's not going to go well, but at the same time it's going to keep them occupied. They're going to take even more damage they don't really have to take. Shaman's back here just cleaning house. We start to try to wrap with the spears. He sees and notices his mistake, and he sees the rippers coming back, and this is the biggest threat to his cav. So he's just going to charge headlong. Well, we got spears chasing because I know they won't be able to hold long, but they do take the charge and survive it, and it gives us time for our spears to get to the back of this. Well, now we have everything routing, so balance of power is starting to shift in our favor. So I feel very confident that we could just go ahead and take this fight. So everything's routing, so I got no fear of magic, so I just pile in. Now that everything's routing, we want to get this full health Biggins off, because this could really turn the tide of the battle, and he should have pulled them out and away and tried to rally some of these forces with them instead of separating himself so badly. But now his shaman's back, so I have to unball because I wasn't paying attention to who had the spells, and I'm not very familiar with the orc spells. So I don't realize that he doesn't have the area of effect spells. It's only Warzag. So I unball, which wasn't a bad idea anyway, even if I wasn't going to get spelled. More cab comes in to try to save their lord that was routing. I assumed he would bring this cab over to assist, and we could just catch them in our spear trap. And I'm using my shaman still to try to run off these routing units. Just keep them routing. Let them run away, come back, because eventually they're going to do that. They're going to shatter. They're going to come back one too many times, and they're going to break. Now, this full health poor boy Biggin is just being chased around by Ungor spears. Anytime they stop, they're getting stabbed. We did manage to save a few of these Culkin Guard, so or Man Rippers, so they're still in the fight. And now we pretty much got it won. We're just going to pin this healthy unit of cab down, and we want to kill it, and use Morgor to just kind of keep the back line on us for a second while we do it. So he chases away the boss. Warzag's running, trying to get more magic, probably. The shaman comes back. We break the savage orcs again. All their cabs gone. We're going to start using we're going to keep in mind he may still have spells. We do not want to get nuked. We're going to keep separated some. Here I separate our 2 healthiest spear units and just put them right here. Just stop them right here. And we're just going to keep pushing with what's left. So if he nukes everything, we can retreat back to these spears, or we can pull these spears up. Everything's wavering. A lot of stuff is leaving the battlefield, and it's just starting to tick ever so slightly more into our favor. And I see a shaman break. I know it's pretty much over. I charge him to stop him from running because I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to kite me, I guess, because there's really nothing left to reform. But once I do that, he realizes he's got to do something. He brings his last couple orc boys in. He's just going to come in. He comes in from behind to get a rear charge. When I see him coming, I hit him with the chariot to stop him. I give him a second to spit his magic if he's got any. And now I start bringing my other spears over because everything's starting to break, and he's already broken before my spears can get there to assist. Hope you guys liked that battle. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. It was a real adrenaline rush. Let me know what I could have done different. Maybe build adjustments because honestly I'm really new to orcs and ladder in general, but definitely orcs, and they're a faction that I'll worry about when I see them. So any tips, tricks, suggestions, whatever, they're welcome. Let me know how you like the video. Like, subscribe, and I'm trying to get up to one post a day at least. Sorry about it. I've been every other day or every other couple of days, but I'm gonna step that up. I got a lot of work going on, but I'm gonna get you guys one video a day if you're watching. Thanks for it. All right, guys. See you later.